making progress. There are no challenges or places you need to clarify or questions. Okay. I'm looking forward to next week. Okay. So in our one of our last classes, we kind of mentioned how we can create wireframes and low fidelity prototype, and then from like it's also in the design process where you are done with your ideation phase. You've come up with your different ideas that you want to use to solve this your problem that you've actually identified, like a problem statement. And then when you have done with your ideas, you now want to, try to do a black and white wireframe of how this solution is going to be. So currently I have like I we have a very simple landing page of a wireframe design. And this is kind of relating to what you've been doing about, the whole agriculture or for farmers and for restaurants. So this is a very simple landing page, and this landing page, this is just how a low fidelity prototype or wireframe is actually going to look like. So it could be that you have done like your mobile app, like you've done your mobile app wireframes, and then your wireframes could just be black and white. I've showed you guys how to actually come up with wireframes, in instances where you would need like an image, even though I didn't exactly put the image icon here, but you can still do something like this. I think I omitted that part. You can still do something like this to show that this placeholder is supposed to be an image. It's supposed to be an image. And then um it could not only be an image, it could even be an illustration or video or whatever you want to finally put there when you are converting your wireframes into your final designs. And then, doing your wireframes is not necessary for you to put in all those your brown colors and all of those things. You can just use a plain black and white like we have on this page. And then when you now want to finally come up with your when I finally want to come up with your high fidelity prototype, you can now put in your different colors, your band colors. If you already have a band color, and you can put in too many flashy things you want to put in your design, however you want it. But this wireframe is just like a way of forming a blueprint of what you want to actually design. So in that your ideation phase, a lot of thoughts is going into your head, and then you want to actually visualize how the final product is actually going to be. So that is the essence of creating wireframes. And then it's also a good way of creating wireframes because if you want to collaborate with your developers or other members of your team, the best way you can actually tell them that this is what we can build is by using wireframes. And the wireframes is also very good because instead of you to spend time trying to make it all flashy and everything, and at the end of the day, your same guys will say no, we can't take this, and then you start afresh from the beginning. So it's much easier when you collaborate with your team members with just wireframes, and then you can now come back into your Figma to try to do a more detailed and better design. So let's try to convert this our existing wireframes that we already have into a final design that we might now want to push to the public later. So the very first thing might not necessarily have a brand color. That's why I put we might use colors from this website instead of trying to source for colors all over again. So um all right, so let me just take this. This is like a header that we can use on our page. Like it signifies, this section that we have here, like for every website you want to use, you always have this web part, they call it or something. So this is like a way of showing that this is how it's going to look in real life, but it's not compulsory for you to put it. You could just start with your header and continue designing. So then we already have a header here. So even if um there are no colors here, so there are two ways we could actually do this. We could just duplicate this and start changing the things we want to change. I think that will be better instead of copying and pasting. So we could just start changing what we want to change. I don't copy this, I duplicate. So let us just duplicate it, and then we can start changing the things that we want to change. So for this header, I think I basically just use the header from this side. So I didn't even bother doing another header. So for this our landing page, like the hero section, like I've explained, most of the times we always have images or videos or whatever you want to put, or illustrations, whatever you want to use to design this your hero page. And then you might also want to get inspiration from top companies you have, maybe in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, because I also do that if I want to design for anything. And since we are designing for a web page, like a landing page, you might just want to check how all these top um people are doing theirs. I don't know, I think I have to sign out for mail to see their landing page. But the same thing with um same thing with Figma. I don't set up on Figma. Let's use another. So you can see how this mirrors how their hero section is. You can see that they have a video. It's even following same formats. But you can see that it's even taking, like, it's always you have a video on the landing page. So you could just see how they actually design their landing page and get some form of insight on it. So see this other one. So you can see even this flutter ray, you can just go through. And the idea of going through all these websites is not for you to copy any design, it's just to have like an insight in the trends that we have currently um on the in the tech industry. What other company? Okay. So at least we have like a basic idea of how a landing page is. Do we see this one? Okay, I think we did. Of how a landing page should be. So let's just, and we've already like have the wireframe. So we are going to really focus on just converting this wireframes to high fidelity. See the difference between both of them. So here you can see that, okay, here we can either use an image, or I really don't like this font. We can use a video, like the way these guys did this. So I'm just going to take the colors from the websites we've done before, so that it's not going to, red lines. So let's try to see if we might not have a video to actually post on this screen, because most times we can get our video from the team. Like if you have like somebody that actually does videos for you guys, you could get your videos from, but you have to show your developer that this section of this page, this is where you post the videos. So we can just use like an image to show that this section is supposed to be a video, but we can now put the this plain icon on top of the image, so that it could just start playing as soon as they land on the page, or the user have to click on it for it to start playing. So let's try to look for images. So I've showed us how to get images, websites for us to get images. But I think for this web page, we need lots of we need lots of image. Let me just open every possible place that we could get our image from. So since this is focusing on um agriculture, like whatever food wastage or everything about food or producing food, that means all our images are supposed to, tell that story, that this is like an agricultural website. Because most times people might not necessarily read so much of what is on a website, but your videos or your pictures is actually going to say more, is going to be more pronounced than whatever you want to write on your website. And then the skill of actually writing for your the skill of actually writing on your website is also, like, you actually need to know how to use the correct words on your website. So just like the way we have marketers, and then marketers is always trying to convince users to buy their product, to subscribe to their products, or download their app. So your web pages is also supposed to have a kind of content that will want to convince somebody to actually use that product. So that is what UX writing is. So UX writing is also a part in product design. So product design is like housing, is like a house of different segments. And then in that product design, you can have your user research, you can have your UI person, you can have your your UX writer, that's someone that generates content for your design. And you could also have somebody that his job is just to animate, like whatever animation that is going on in your design, their work is just to create animations for that design. But most times, especially in our wonderful country, Nigeria, when you are working at the product design, you tend to um be the one to actually do all of this stuff. You will not have somebody that will come and write the content for you, and then your work is just to convert designs to UI to high fidelity. So you might have to write your content by yourself and make sure that whatever you're writing is very catchy. This image is not giving me I think agriculture is only green, green, green. I must be having so much of green stuff here. Oh, let's see. I need something a little bit colorful. Should we just go with this? So, like I said, this section is actually, let me even try to change the color so that it will be obvious that this is, you might want to use YouTube type of color, or the brand color, so that it's going to show them. I need to use a darker shader so that our play icon is going to, I think I'm designing the agriculture stuff. So it should just be um will be really showing that this is agriculture. Okay. So um for this next phase, so I changed the font so we can use the same font throughout for our headers. And then the subhead, the body of the text is going to be inside. Just the headers is going to be this new market. So this is 48. You can make it 45. So we also spoke about um having, like, creating your design system, like um adding your typography on your website, like the way you can save your typography and all of that. So you can also, like, okay, we have it here, all these textiles, your subtitle one, heading. Let's even see if we can use, but I think the font type is different from the one I want to use today. So it's mango. So you can also use your textiles to design whatever you want to design. But since it's different from the one I want to use today, we might not we might we might not use it. We'll just use our own personal style. And then this is inter. Okay. This is kind of very long. So most times when you've done your wireframe and then you are trying to convert, you are not restricted to sticking to your wireframe. You can, even while you are converting it, you can just get another inspiration and change how you want it. Maybe change the pattern of how you actually want it to look like. Like this particular section right now, I don't know. I think we might have to um change the pattern of this one, but we will still maintain um the same content. So instead of doing this, we can make it maybe a square instead of cycle. Um, I want to divide the square into three equal parts. So 20, 20, 40, and divide by 3. Okay, so I have um 3 equal. So I'm just trying to change like the pattern of what we have, even though we might still even maintain this content. We just change our content here. And then we have like, let's change these colors. Hope this green is not going to be so much. Access main planning. I want to put images on this. Let's see how it's going to look like. Agriculture and planning. So I feel like it's going to be very hard for me to get images on all this for this website. I just get a page image. So it's just green like carrots and transport. I don't know, it's at the back, so let's bring it to the front. Okay. So if you also notice, like this pattern is a repeated pattern. Let's even make it a let's make this a frame so that we can make it an auto layout. So I don't know, this just seems so long in my eye. Produce the tutorial. You can make it left aligned instead of center. This is our subtitle color. And the font is too small. 16. Instead of just this long thing, I want to make it short. And then I'm going to use it. This is our title color. Seems this call always lag my system. And I started recently. I don't know why is it. Why is that? Okay. You can just decide to put like a very small circle here to show like this is a point. Circle. Right, just circle. This is a point. Why is this thing not just there? Let's see. Let's try that. Okay. This thing still looks a little bit too body. So when you are trying to um create your final designs, always in your best way possible, try to reduce too many content because it just makes design look very people don't actually read so many stuff. Provide a we provide freedom of post across and if you are actually you know confused on how to come up with contents, ChatGPT can be your friend. Thank God for ChatGPT. You can actually just, from when you when you when you generated your own contents, like from your head, you can just ask ChatGPT, help me do this better. I'm designing a web page, and then you can now get maybe a more better design than what you're actually doing. So let's try to make this into a frame, and then make it an auto layout. So first of all, make it a frame and duplicate. So once you duplicate, once you have two frames or more than two frames, you can now select it and click on this give auto layout. Um, so let's now bring in the contents that we have: harvest and transport. Let's just say transport. Storage. Then the code. Still taking the content that we have before and kind of define it. So transporting crops efficiently. For the next one. Um, robot farmer. I'm not really getting this content. I'm just so so we could even change this colors. So it's not really just green. Really just green. I wish I've done this. I'll just come to you guys, come and explain how I did it. Okay, I think we have converted this section, but then when you are converting, you can always, when you've done to an extent, you leave it, maybe come back to it later and do it be better. So you don't have to stay in one section for for the rest of your life. You can always just allow yourself, give yourself time, you go and you come back. So this next section, we want to try to, and this is just like saying reasons why reducing waste food is essential. We want to design this section. Um, okay. Let's try to bring this here instead of the right hand side that you have it. So like I said, it's not always but the fact that you have something like this on your on your wireframe does not mean that you must do this. You just have to do it. So you can just come up with any pattern you like and see how best you could just make it better. I feel like I'm getting frustrated with this my learning of system. That was screaming. Okay, let's try to make this like a progressive step. No, no. Okay, we can bring this up a little bit. So we can now bring in our images. So let us put our frame, like where we want our image to be. So we could always play with it doesn't have to be just this big image. You can even try to, just make it different. Oh my god. Just make it to look different. I want to put different images in each of these boxes and just see how it's going to look. I think this fake pic is giving us better image. What's this picture? Why waste food is essential. Even this is even showing. Okay, we didn't change. Oh my god, we didn't change this. I think I wanted to use this image. What's the next one is storage. Okay, let's stop. Well. I'm trying not to spend too much time looking for our image. Paste here. This person's face is, I think it's from the, let's see if we could take it down. No, 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 no. Okay. So on this second part, we want to get images too as well. Um, like looking for images is also a skill in design. And then sustains belief to meet the customer demand. Most times your images should not be irrelevant. So okay, should not be irrelevant to your content as much as you can. You want to tell your story even with your image and not just with your content. Mhm. Next, I don't think I'm going to design agriculture. Images there are just, I don't know, amazing. So you can see this image is blurry. I think because it's page, this yellow icon is showing that it's page. The one way you can check if your image is blurry is when you zoom in and then it's not giving you the blurry effect. So you might have to change it. And then once you see that the image is page, like it's not a free image. Even if you can actually get it, don't just bother getting it. Just let it go. Because if the owner of the image find out that this, you know, this is it patents, whatever they put on their images, and then you don't want to use an image that will complicate any brand that you are designing for. So, okay, I think these are not very hard. Let's try to make this left side better than what it is already. So, why reducing food is essential. Reducing food. Let's just try to make it shorter. So, we have our first reason. So let's try to, okay, we use the same 16 same color. Let's reduce the rate of it. Okay, something like this. This is okay. Okay. Mm, let's get this color and maybe put on this first one. It's too light. Remember our color. You must not. You must always use color that is very readable. Then for the rest of this lines that we're placing some of it. Okay. Let us try to do like a progress on this. So you could use like a Um, then just show okay, the next one. What's the next one? When your system start lagging like this. Okay. I hope this is not looking great. I just want to create like a progression. This is looking so nice. And I remove it. What's even this? Let's play it to see. So far, so good. Mm. Okay. Let's go to the next section. On the next section, um, I was looking at this. This is the next section. Around food-based solutions. Okay. Then let's get the content. We have to shorten this one. Marine food. One sentence is okay. Mhm. So this next one, we'll just stay with this pattern. We won't stay long. So just look for images here. Just look for images. All right, images, images. Let us stick with this. The 4 hours is okay. The four like the way it is right now is okay. So we just stick with it and put in the images. Cold chain. This is the general architecture. Let's see it again. I want to use the right person because we are designing for a Nigerian startup. So like your type of images too. Some of us when we are designing for a Nigerian startup or a Nigerian company, we tend to use white images. Sometimes you also have to bring it home. You want to, you know, use images that your target audience can relate to. I think almost every part of this thing is images. Cold storage. Surplus distribution. What is the last part? Oh, thank God. We are almost done with our converting of a single web page from a wireframe to high fidelity. Sorry. Direct links to farmers markets. That's the explanation. Explain what direct links is. So direct link. Hmm. So Oh, the width is not. Oh, use it like that. So, I mean, this final stuff can always could always come back to art. But I just wanted to show you guys an idea of, you know, how you can just convert your your wireframes into your final designs. Then there's always room for improvements. Let's try to change this color too. And let's try to save the center of the better. Let's already have okay. I should have made this a, an auto layout. I don't know why I forgot to do that. But we don't have to make these changes, each of them one by one. So you see how using auto layout is very good in your design. You don't have to make this uh changes two times. with just working on a particular frame, you can use that same and duplicate for others. Yes, okay. Let's try to with these, we have come to the end of our conversion. I like this image. Let's see what I can look for. Supply distribution. Try this. Okay, I'll do the same. Let's get it just everywhere. Okay, so at least there's a significant difference between this wireframe and this final one. Even though like we didn't actually follow every single um every single layout like step by step. It still is following the same layout, but we just kind of change some things in it. So, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Do you have um anything? You can change it, you can still use it. But then if you're working for a if you're working for a brand or you're working for a company, most times they already have their fonts their fonts that they are using. So you can just stick to their fonts. Or if you want to, if you are creating a new application, you can choose any font you want. You wasn't always use the fonts that is actually on the wireframe. So, do you have any other questions? Or this is as simple as ABC? Or let me even ask you guys, what's looking at this final, which area do you think can be improved? Or which area do you think we can do like an alternative design for? Is there a particular, could be this heading, it could be this section, it could be this, it's just green. Do you have any section where you feel like it could be better? Yeah, I mean, actually, let's hear from you.
Good
Yeah,
evening,
good
ma.
evening.
Um, I feel the hero section and the why reducing food waste is essential. I think that place can be adjusted, like the way the images are placed in why reducing food waste. It's not actually, to me. It's not really sitting well. It could be normal. It looks playful there. Yeah. So I feel this area can be adjusted.
Okay, let's start from the header. So, what can be done to the header, to the hero section?
Okay, to the hero section, having like when I come to the website and I'm seeing services first, I think the services there may not be necessary. We could just leave it as supply chain optimization. That's okay for that part. Then okay, this is actually a video. It's not bad, it's okay. Also I feel the background for the hero section, like it could have a background there just to make that place catchy a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So for this part, you feel like this it should just be one image,
Yeah,
like
it could be
one
one
big
image.
image.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have any? Thank you for that suggestion. Do you have any other um the images below can be two instead. The images below. Okay, instead of having this four, it could be two. Okay. So do you have any other insights on this page? Places where it could be better. Okay. What about questions? Do we have questions at all? I think it's TEFEM or something. Let me just paste this stuff here in your disposal. So, since we don't have any questions or any other challenges, I think we are done. Right?